Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamie, and what I like to do is show you how you can optimize your time in a new city, especially if you're traveling for work. This week I'm actually headed to New Jersey for work, but I thought it'd be really cool to make a stop in Philadelphia. It has been over 10 years since I've been here, so I'm so excited to do some exploring. I like to do what I call a work sandwich, so I'm going to do a little bit of exploring today, and don't worry, I'll be back Thursday evening to finish the adventure. So let's get started. Okay guys, so I've made my first stop at Reading Terminal Market. So I'll Google where you should eat, what you should try here. So first I'm trying a cheesesteak pretzel from Miller's. It is the cheese whiz and onions. This is messy. Look at this. That's nuts. All right, let's give this a try. Oh my gosh, that's such a good combination with the salty pretzel and the very tender Philly steak. Very good. Google's right. And I went with their freshly squeezed lemonade. Oh, that's so refreshing. That is so good. This is my first meal of the day. So Reading Market is one of the oldest and largest markets in the country. It is so fun to just walk around and see all of the food, the produce, sweets, like everything you can imagine is here that they have to offer for you to try. It's so hard to make a decision, and that's why I just turn to Google and see what has the best ratings. I did get a few donuts from Baylor's. Is that how you say this? Baylor's Donuts. They also have like a bakery next door. But I'm gonna try my go-to. It's always chocolate ice. So let's try this for dessert. Looks good. Sure, basic donut, but it looks very good. It's a good thing about coming here first before work week because I can get some goodies for the road and stuff just for the hotel room. These are very good. It is 3:12. This market is open daily from 8 to 6, so it is getting later in the day, so I can imagine that these are so much better fresh, but it's still really good. The dough is pretty airy. The chocolate is the perfect sweetness. Pretty good. Okay guys, so it has taken me forever to decide what else to try here. I'm going to make sure I grab something that I could try, that I could have later this evening or just throughout the week during my work week. So I went with the original turkey. It looks like just the most amazing Thanksgiving food. And then geez Louise at the amount of food that is down here. Isn't that insane? So this was the two-side platter. So it comes with whatever two sides you want. I picked mac and cheese and the stuffing, and then cranberry sauce and turkey and gravy. It also comes with a drink, so I got a water. I've really enjoyed just walking around. I love indoor markets, so this is my jam. I love this type of experience. And I remember coming here last time I was in Philadelphia, and I loved it then as well. So it's a great way to get to know a town, to try local food, because these are local vendors offering food that they excel at making. So it just like, you just can't beat coming to an indoor market. So this is some of the stuffing with cranberry sauce. I'm actually really surprised because, you know, down south where I'm from, We know how to make a good Thanksgiving meal. And a lot of times the dressing that we have is quite different from what this is considered as stuffing, but the flavor is very similar. You can taste the sage in there, but it's not too overpowering. It's actually very delicious. Oh my gosh, this turkey is so tender. There is so much of this. It's got to be at least a pound of turkey. That is so good. You guys, if you come to this market, you have to go to the original turkey. All right, let's try the mac and cheese. Looks very creamy. It is very creamy. And if you're lucky, you'll get some of those bites with the layer of cheese on top. Y'all, this was a very good decision. It is 5:20 now, and like I mentioned earlier, it closes at 6. All right, I'm going to close this up and take this with me to go. But I've got a little bit more this morning I want to do, especially before the sun sets. I want to make sure I'm on the road before the sun goes down. So I'm going to walk around a little bit in the downtown area. Oh, I did stop at the famous 4th Street cookie. So I will have those to try later. Let's keep going with this tour of Philadelphia. So I am standing in the courtyard area of City Hall. It is the oldest municipal building in the United States, and it was actually the tallest when it was first constructed. It is so cool here. We're just walking from one side of the street to the other side through this courtyard. So it's so pretty. It is absolutely beautiful. It's so amazing that this structure has withstood really the test of time, and it is as beautiful as it was when it was originally constructed. I'm guessing it's still beautiful today. Well, guys, I made a rookie mistake. I forgot to take my charger with me when I was out exploring in Philadelphia, and my phone died right after City Hall. And as you can tell, I've made it to my hotel in New Jersey for the week. But it's okay. We're going to pick up right where I left off Thursday night when I go back. So I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so I'm back in Philadelphia and I'm shocked right now. So I read the reviews about this hotel room, and of course people said it was small, but that it was nice, you know, in a nice area. And I agree with all the above, but I think they could have put like extra small in the description. This is definitely the smallest room I've ever stayed in hotel-wise. But it is really nice, and it's a really cool vibe. It's in the Rittenhouse Square area of Philadelphia, so everything is very walkable from here. So I'm excited to check out the neighborhood, but I was a little shocked when I walked in. So I gave you guys a little tour so you can kind of get an idea of how small it is, but very simple. I'm only here for a night, so it's actually pretty perfect for me. But if you're staying here for an extended period of time, I probably would not select this hotel. There's a parking garage across the street that they work with, and it's kind of like valet. So I just drove in, they took my car, and I got a little ticket. And when I'm ready to leave tomorrow for my flight, I'll just go get my rental car. So I'm going to keep it there and not move it. I'm just going to walk or Uber around depending on what I have planned. But it is 5:15. I just got here after work. And so I'm going to check out the area, check out the neighborhood, maybe do some things that I missed Monday because my phone died, if you remember. So, yeah, we'll just walk around, check out the area. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to do the more historic side of Philadelphia. And of course, I'll take you guys along.
Rittenhouse Square dates back to the late 1600s, and at the center of it is a sculpture called Duck Girl, created by artist Paul Manship in the early 1900s, and just nearby is a monument honoring Dr. J. William White. On a beautiful spring evening like this, the park is full of people walking their dogs, families relaxing on the grass, friends catching up on benches, and visitors just soaking in the scenery. Rittenhouse Square is one of the city's most popular gathering spots, surrounded by cafes, restaurants, luxury apartments, and local shops that give this area such an upscale but relaxed feel.
So I definitely didn't do this place any justice Monday when I missed out on coming over here. I did not get to Love Park. And I remember last time I was here it was under construction, so it's so cool to see that it's fully completed and it's beautiful. And there's even people playing ping pong out here. This is such a cool vibe. I love that it's like the center of downtown. You can actually see straight through this street in front of me where Rocky ran up the stairs. So I have to, maybe I'll go see that tonight now that I see how close it is. It's not that far, but right across the street is City Hall. Hopefully you were able to see just how majestic it is. I think I took a minimum of 7,000 photos. It is so pretty. It's just a really cool vibe down here, but yeah, I'm going to continue on, see where it leads. Wow, this is so pretty. Like, I was not expecting this. There's so many pretty trees around here. So you know when you see something in the distance and you're like, oh, it'll just take me a couple minutes to get there. It's not that far. I've definitely been walking for about 15 minutes, but it's been a beautiful walk. All of these trees that are lining the street, it's unexpected. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I finally made it. It's right there. And you can still see people. I bet they run up and down those stairs all day long like Rocky did. It is 7 o'clock and there are people going up and down those stairs, but let's get a little bit closer. So I can see that the Rocky statue is on top of the stairs. So last time when I was here, they had Rocky like in the corner of where the museum is. And now he's up there. So I Googled it and they moved him up there because he's actually going to go inside for this exhibit that they have going on, so we can get really close to him. See, this is where he used to be. And there's a sign that says that Joe Frazier statue is coming soon. So while Rocky is inside, Joe Frazier will be in this spot. It's really cool. All right, let's do this. Halfway there, and people are running around me. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Go, go, go. You got it. Well, that was really cool. It is so neat to see everyone's enthusiasm around the Rocky statue, even young kids that more than likely have never seen the movies. So it's really neat. It kind of brings everybody together. Everybody's laughing and smiling and joking around. So it's a cool experience. But now I'm going to try to get close to the water. There's like a river next to the art museum, and see if we can get some good video of a sunset. So I have really been loving how spontaneous I've been lately. If y'all been watching my previous videos, you know that I like set an itinerary and I hit all the things and I jam-pack my day and make sure I show you guys just how much you can see in 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever it may be. I've tried to start just slowing down and actually enjoying the places that I'm going to, knowing that people aren't going to want to go that fast and see absolutely everything, that they need some space. So that's what I did tonight. I left my hotel and just started walking like I always do. I had some locations that I wanted to see and I had those on the map, but then I just kind of walked and let things be. And it's been amazing. You know, when you do that, you discover things that you didn't have planned, and it ends up being maybe your favorite part of the trip. So you never know. Sometimes it's okay to just slow down. Okay guys, I think I left my hotel around 6, maybe 5:30, and it is now 7:40. So I've been out for a while. To walk from here back to my hotel is about a 30-minute walk, so I have requested a lift, and so I will head back to my hotel. I still haven't eaten anything, so I might grab a bite or have something delivered. There is a restaurant in the hotel, so we'll see. But yeah, tomorrow's a big day, so stay tuned. Good morning, you guys. So today is my last day in Philadelphia, and you cannot come to Philly and not go see all of the famous historic sites around town. So we will be doing that today. However, first things first, if you know me, you know where am I headed. Say it with me. We're going to get some coffee. So there's tons of local coffee shops around my hotel, which really makes this location so convenient. So we're going to head to one now and then go do some exploring. We've got a lot to accomplish as always before I head home this evening. So let's go. Okay guys, so I have made it to Independence Hall. From 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. every morning, there is an untimed entry. It's a self-guided tour of the Independence Hall Square. So if you are short on time or are unable to get a ticket to the guided tours, this is an option for you. So I think it's every day from 9 to 10:30. But I'm about to walk around. I will say that coffee this morning was delicious. I went to La Colombe. It was very good. You probably recognize it in the store. They do like the canned coffees in the store, but it was very delicious. All right, so let's check out Independence Hall.
Most of the woodwork is original. Something in the range of 75% of the woodwork is original. This stairway, 1752. Unfortunately, the least original room is the assembly room. The most original is the courtroom. They redid the assembly room in the 1950s. They tore it all out and did it the way they have it there now, and they do not know why.
Benjamin Franklin was instrumental in getting French assistance, and that is true. He spent the entire war from 1776 until I think he comes back. The war is over 1783. So feel free to walk about both rooms of the buildings. The courtroom is across the hall where the colonial government of Pennsylvania and then later the state Pennsylvania government had their court system.
This is the room where all the big stuff happens. The Articles of Confederation, I know you guys are all worried about that, are going to be signed in this room. And I guess little things like the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution written here as well. Yeah, if you have any questions,
The little things.
Stand away for your pictures, but the chair itself wasn't made until 1779.
If you're short on time, I highly recommend the self-guided tour. There are park rangers inside that answer all of your questions if you have any. You can go at your own pace, so you can spend as much time or as little as you'd like. It does start at 9 and ends at 10:30. The line back there, check out that line. So I would suggest get here early. I think I got here at like 9:20. And walked right in. So it was very easy to get in. It's not super crowded, but the crowds are picking up. I'm going to head across the street and see the Liberty Bell and then walk around this area. But I've got my magnet and my sticker, so I'm all set. But it was really cool. It's really exciting to be here on the 250-year anniversary of signing the Declaration of Independence. So that adds a little bit to the story, but it's really cool to be here.
The Liberty Bell is one of the most recognizable symbols of American freedom, but its story actually started long before it became an icon. The bell was cast in London in 1752 by John Pass and John Stowe and originally hung in the Pennsylvania State House, what we know now as Independence Hall. Back then, the bell was used to call lawmakers to meetings and alert citizens to public assemblies and important announcements throughout Philadelphia. Of course, the most famous part of the bell is the large crack running down its side. Historians still debate exactly when the crack first appeared, but over time, repeated use made it worse until the bell was eventually retired from ringing in the 1800s to preserve it from further damage. Over the years, the Liberty Bell was moved several times throughout Philadelphia, including being displayed in Independence Hall and other nearby buildings before finally being placed here in the Liberty Bell Center in 2003. Today, millions of visitors come here every year to see this symbol of independence up close and reflect on the history it represents.
Okay, so good luck seeing that without a crowd. There was like a couple of school, field trips going on right now, so it was pretty crowded. So there was a little bit of a line to get in there, but it's free to see the Liberty Bell, and it's just a cool part of our history. The guy was saying that it hasn't been rung in over 180 years, yet millions of people come to visit and see the Liberty Bell because of what it stands for. So it's really neat to see that, and like I said, it's really cool to be here on the 250th anniversary of our freedom. So just be aware that the earlier you get here, the better. It wasn't too bad. I probably spent 30 minutes going through the line and taking pictures and stuff of the Liberty Bell. But I'm going to head to, I think, what is the oldest residential street in the United States. So let's go check it out.
The New Hall Military Museum is located near Independence Hall. Although it's currently temporarily closed, the building itself dates back to the late 1700s and once served as a military storehouse during the Revolutionary War. Just a short walk away is Carpenter's Hall, one of the city's most historic landmarks. Built in the 1770s by the Carpenters Company of Philadelphia, this hall became the meeting place for the First Continental Congress in 1774, where delegates from the colonies gathered to discuss growing tensions with Britain before the Revolutionary War even began. What's interesting about both of these sites is how they sit quietly among the larger, more famous landmarks, but together they help tell the deeper story of how Philadelphia became the center of early American history. Christ Church is one of Philadelphia's most historic and recognizable churches, dating all the way back to the 1700s. Today, visitors can purchase tickets to tour the inside of the church, but even just walking around the exterior gives you a real sense of the history and architecture that makes this place so significant. The brickwork, arched windows, and quiet churchyard all feel like stepping back into the colonial Philadelphia. One detail I wasn't expecting to find here was a small replica of the Liberty Bell located on the grounds, tying the stop back into the larger story of American independence throughout Old City. Elfreth Alley is one of the most unique streets in Philadelphia, and actually the oldest continuously inhabited residential street in the entire United States. Dating back to the early 1700s, this narrow cobblestone alley was originally home to working class families, including tradesmen, artisans, and merchants who helped build colonial Philadelphia. Walking down the alley today feels like stepping into another century. The colorful shutters, brick row homes, flower boxes, and uneven cobblestone street all help preserve the character of what life may have looked like here more than 300 years ago.
So this morning I was able to check out a lot of the historic sites around the city, and it was absolutely incredible. I wish I had more time, but don't always. But at least I'm able to get like a little glimpse into every city that I visit, and it tells me whether or not I want to come back and what I missed and all of that. But before I head out, I'm going to go check out Chinatown and maybe grab a quick bite to eat before my flight home. So change of plans, I came back to the Reading Terminal Market for something to eat because there's so much here that I didn't get a chance to try on Monday, and I couldn't make a decision at Chinatown. So I went with the Herschel's East Side Deli. I've heard that their pastrami sandwich is really good, but I'm not a big fan of pastrami, so I got their brisket sandwich, and you can get it either like a Reuben or what they call the Rachel, which is very similar to a Reuben, except instead of sauerkraut, they do coleslaw. So I got the brisket Rachel. This smells fantastic. Look at that. Oh my gosh, at the amount of meat. It is very crowded here. The atmosphere is quite different than it was Monday evening. I mean, it is 2:20. It's packed. Let's see if I can even do this. It's pretty good. If you guys watched my Detroit videos, there was a sandwich that I got at Zingerman's Deli, and that was better, even though it was turkey. Maybe I should have gone with turkey. The brisket, to me, it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, but the sauce is really good. There is a Russian dressing on there, and the coleslaw tastes good. I just wish the meat had a little bit more flavor. It's not bad. I probably wouldn't get it again. I would definitely try something else here, but it's pretty good. So if you yourself have been to the Reading Market, let me know what your favorite place is to stop and get a bite to eat. I will walk around some more, and I will head back to my hotel. I did drop off my luggage, so they're holding my luggage, and then I parked across the street, and so I'll just get my car and head to the airport. Okay guys, I have made it to the airport lounge and I'm headed home. Thank goodness I got a direct flight from Philadelphia to Memphis, so it's about 2.5 hour flight, so not too bad. It has been a long day. So yesterday I logged about 10,000 steps. Today it was around 14,000 steps. So that's a lot of ground that we covered in Philadelphia in a short amount of time. And you know, that's the goal of this channel, is to show you guys how you can optimize your time in a new city when you're limited. Maybe you're there for work, maybe you're there for a family event, and you just have a few hours and you want to know how much you can actually see. I hope I was able to show you that for Philadelphia, and 100% there's things that I missed. But I think that on the high level that I was able to show you the hot spots to hit, and even maybe some things that you weren't thinking about. And when I'm not traveling for work, my husband and I like to take little getaways on the weekends with our dogs, go RVing, kayaking, all of the fun adventures on the weekends before we start the next work week. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, I would really appreciate the support by you subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to like this video as well. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll ensure that you don't miss out on the next adventure. I'll see you guys then.